What's up, guys? Dirk here, and today I want to make an update. I got a couple days off here, just chilling by the beach. As you can see, beautiful weather, and I thought I'd make an update because there's so much that's been going on. Hopefully the audio is going to be okay. I do have the lapel mic, so it should be okay because it's pretty windy. But basically, there's so much happening this past week. It's January 31st, so it's literally the last day of the month, which means tomorrow we will get a monthly candle close. So tomorrow, after we get that candle close, I will make another update with the charts back at the computer, because it's going to be important to see how that monthly candle is going to close for how things are probably going to look for the weeks and months ahead. And if it closes at these levels or higher where it's trading at today, we are probably looking at a continuation. However, if we do pull back today and the monthly candle does not look as good, we might get a bit of a pullback. But what I'm thinking is, with the amount of hype that's starting to happen right now, and the amount of retail signups, the amount of crazy everything interest in crypto, I think it's actually unlikely that we are still going to get a big dip in the few weeks ahead. And my reasoning for that is basically that I think that financial markets in general, but also especially cryptocurrencies, what tends to happen is that these markets look to take as much money from as many people as possible most of the time. And what I always try and ask myself is, what move in the markets would basically wreck most of the people? What would liquidate most of the people? What would cause most of the people to FOMO buy into tops before it drops, or panic sell into bottoms before it reverses and goes back up? And that is basically the psychology. Guys who are running this, the whales, the manipulators, whatever you want to call it, they are very, very good at this. They know exactly which levels and what patterns to create to basically do exactly that, to take as much money from the retail investors and the newbies as much as possible, right? So my theory would be that with the amount of exposure that is happening right now with cryptocurrencies, right, and we'll get into that in a second, and the amount of people that are only now starting to create new exchange accounts, Binance, Coinbase, etc., and trying to get their accounts verified and funded, it would be almost too easy for the markets to get another 30 or 40% pullback to allow those people the opportunity to buy into crypto much lower, right? They've been seeing this, they've been missing out, and they're wanting to get in right now. And if the market were to drop 30 or 40%, basically it would give them an amazing opportunity to buy cheap crypto. And like I just said, the markets probably do not want to give people that opportunity. So it actually makes more sense, based on this theory, that markets will continue to go higher first, suck everyone in, get them to buy here and higher and higher and higher, and afterwards we get a correction that causes those people to panic sell the holdings that they bought in on FOMO. That's just a theory, so we'll have to see how it plays out. Of course, it is possible that we do get a smaller dip or a smaller correction in the coming weeks, but based on how things are going, I put a higher probability personally on things continuing to go higher. Now, as you've been following this channel, hopefully you have, and you've been following my updates. If you haven't subscribed to the channel below, it's completely free. But as you've been following this over the last weeks and months, I've basically been outlining the cycle of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that tends to be a 4-year cycle. And I've said this many times, I'll keep repeating this because it is important to keep in mind. Cycles will repeat, there will be another boom, and after that there will be another massive bust. And you have to pay attention to this and be aware of it. If you don't understand these cycles, or you're not paying attention to it, and you start FOMOing into the markets towards the end of the cycle, there is going to be an inevitable correction. It could be 40, 50%, but it could once again be 80 or 90%. And if you buy in and you hold and you draw down 80, 90% for the next year or a couple of years, it could really be catastrophic. So that's why I keep repeating this. That's why I keep warning people. And these cycles, I really believe that is going to repeat once again. Now, you never know how long the next cycle is going to be, right? The 2013 cycle was 12 months after the halving till the peak, which means the previous halving was in May 2020. That gives us till April or May this year. But the 2017 cycle was 18 months from the halving to the peak, which would give us to about October or November this year. Now, there's no guarantee that either of those cycles will work. Maybe it could be even shorter, which I doubt, or it could even be longer, which I also actually doubt. So personally, I'm looking towards somewhere April or May, towards all the way through to October, November. It depends. If things go too crazy and the markets just pump in the next 2-3 months, like just non-stop without corrections, then I think there's a possibility this cycle may indeed peak in around April or May and be a 2013 style cycle, after which we get a correction and maybe an extended bear market or a mini bear market, maybe a year, maybe a year and a half or 2 years, okay? But if things don't go too crazy right away and things don't continue to pump without corrections, and maybe we get a consolidation or a correction of multiple weeks or a month or two, which I actually doubt, but if that happens, then I think it's more likely that the longer cycle will play out and we might have towards Q3 or Q4 this year before it actually peaks. So got to stay open to these possibilities, got to stay flexible, and always just really stay cautious, okay? Remove your initial capital once a coin or your investment goes up 2 or 3x. That is the cautious thing to do. That way you remove your risk from the markets, and at some point you are going to want to take profits, okay? Altcoins, I think most of them are not going to survive for the next few years. It's not like Bitcoin, where you can just hodl it and it's probably just going to continue going higher because it is limited in supply. It has the branding, the recognition, the track record. Institutions are buying it. It is a digital store of wealth, right? A lot of altcoins aren't. They are projects, they have founders, they have teams, they have businesses to run, and a lot of these coins just basically won't survive, in my opinion. So you got to be very careful which coins you're buying and what you're planning to hold, because if you hold the wrong coins for long enough, even if you think, hey, it's about, you hold it long enough and eventually it will recover, this time around, after this next crash, the altcoins that you're holding might not recover again, okay? I actually do think that this time around, a lot of the coins from 2017 will actually recover probably to all-time highs, maybe even beyond all-time highs. And that means even shit coins, new coins, altcoins, I think a lot of them will pump in general if we get this bull run, okay? Hashtag not financial advice, but that's just my opinion, okay? I really do think so. I think that actually what's happening now with the amount of new signups, the amount of participants, the improvement in infrastructure, in compliance, billionaires, institutions, everyone getting involved in crypto right now could actually make this cycle bigger than the 2017 cycle. Add into the fact that the majority of the world is locked down at home, they have no jobs, right? Or the employment options are decreasing. A lot of people are going to be looking at finding other ways to make money, and I think one of those ways is going to be to speculate and to trade. And as crypto, as the hype train starts to go up, and things like what we've just seen with Dogecoin pumping 800% and being spread everywhere on the media, as that starts to increase, we're going to see a lot more people just being like, I need to buy crypto, I'm going to jump on this, I'm going to start trading crypto. We saw this in 2017, but I think this time around, with everything that I just said, it's going to be much bigger, and the amount of participants is going to be much more. So the amount of new money that we can see flowing into crypto is probably going to be a lot bigger, which means altcoins are going to seriously pump. As long as this continues, of course. At any moment, a spanner could be thrown into the works, the stock market could crash, who knows? There could always be black swan events or wild cards. But, assuming that is not going to happen, I think this cycle is going to be bigger than the 2017 cycle. And how long we have left, I don't know. Like I said, a couple months, maybe till the end of the year, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. You got to be flexible in that. But what we're also starting to see is we're starting to see enormous influential people talking about crypto and Bitcoin. You've probably seen it. Elon Musk started tweeting about Dogecoin last year. He changed his hashtag in his Twitter bio to hashtag Bitcoin. He's got 43 million followers on Twitter. Okay, and then we have other influencers. Mr. Beast on YouTube, he has like 50 million subscribers. On Twitter, he has 9 million subscribers. So he put hashtag Bitcoin in his Twitter profile. He's also he's running polls, actually asking people if they own Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. So basically, these influencers are shilling crypto to the masses, to the newbies. They're exposing them, and then we see things like the Dogecoin pump, which in my opinion is probably a pump and dump manipulation. Who knows who's involved? But either way, that probably kickstarts the interest in cryptocurrencies. because things like that, they go viral on Reddit, they go viral on social media, TikTok, Instagram. Everyone starts talking about it, and all of a sudden you have all the regular retail investors, you know, who've been trading on Robinhood and who knows, or have lost their job, or like looking into how to make money from home, and they see all this and they're like, boom, okay, I'm going to start investing into cryptocurrencies. They start opening an account and they start putting money in, whether that's a couple hundred, couple thousand, 10,000, 50,000, who knows. But combine that, you know, millions, tens of millions of people at the same time all getting into crypto, and crypto being such a small market cap, we really have an explosive recipe for an enormous altcoin run. But be wary of this, okay? Be careful. The pump could be enormous, but when the dump comes, when it crashes, when the party is over, the crash is going to be enormous too. So always stay within your risk allocation. Don't overextend. Don't invest what you can't afford to lose, and don't get greedy towards the tail end of the cycle. Okay, as it keeps going up and up and up, you don't want to be looking to put more money into the markets. In fact, you want to be doing the opposite. As things get more and more crazy, you want to start looking at how you can get out of the markets, how you can start taking your initial, reducing your position, or taking profits completely at some point, okay? Otherwise, you will most likely end up getting wrecked and losing all your money, okay? And one thing that I always like to say too is it's better to, you know, realize a 5 or a 10x profit on your portfolio, on your crypto, cash that out and have made those profits, then holding on, being too greedy, watching your portfolio go to maybe 30x or 50x, but not taking profits and watching it go all the way back down to zero or even a negative. And trust me, it has happened before, and I think it will happen once again. So be very, very careful about that. You want to have an exit plan. You want to have an exit strategy. So basically, I think if I were to guess, we are now entering kind of the mid phase of the cryptocurrency bull run cycle, where we are starting the retail investment FOMO. Okay, we're seeing it. Literally thousands of people are signing up to accounts right now. BINANCE is overloaded with new signups. Kraken is overloaded. CoinSpot has huge increases in volume. So everyone is starting to sign up to exchanges now, and that verification process takes some time, right? It can take a few days. The more overloaded it is, the longer it takes. Verification, getting funds into the account, all that kind of stuff. So over the coming days, I think we're going to start to see all that happen, and then money start flowing into the altcoins, which could really lead to an enormous pump. And again, for that reason, I think we might not get much of a correction or much of a pullback, because it would just be too easy for all the new money to come in to get a 30 or 40% discount on cryptocurrency prices to be able to ride it up. Right? So that is my theory. That is my thoughts. I'm going to keep warning you guys about where we are in the cycle. And yes, I know it might be a little bit repetitive, but it's important to keep repeating this stuff, because that is the only way that I can really emphasize the point, right? So you want to stay careful. You want to stay cautious. I think there's huge amounts of profits to be made still. But as the prices go up, as things get more and more crazy, and as the cycle progresses towards the peak, you want to start being more and more careful, not more and more greedy, and not more and more risky. So if you enjoyed this, please smash the like button down below, turn that blue, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell if you haven't done so already. I will try and put out as many updates as I can, but things are pretty hectic, so maybe 1 or 2 videos a week. If I can do more, I will, but you know, stay subscribed and you will get those updates. And guys, if you do want more information from me, you can join my Intelligent Cryptocurrency membership. It's got all my courses, my training, tutorials. I write a monthly newsletter. I do private video updates for members. And of course, we have a private Discord chat group. So over 400 members in there from all around the world. We're all talking about crypto, sharing extra info. You get your questions answered in real time, support, all that good stuff. So if you want to join me inside, click the first link in the description below. You'll be able to sign up for the free crypto masterclass and give you a ton of value there. And I share with you the details how you can join me inside Intelligent Cryptocurrency if you want to be able to have that support and guidance for the bull run that lies ahead. So guys, thanks for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.